Hello and welcome to the third episode of Driving Value. My name is Chris Smith, and in this episode we're getting technical, for want of a better word. We're looking at safety and technology inside our chosen vehicles to make sure you are not compromising yourself and those you love when you're out on the road. James and I will also take a look at one of the most talked about vehicles of recent times, as well as chat with our good friends at Ollie. But first, it's time to look at the affordable world of prestigious second-hand premium cars. Now, James, thank you again for joining us. I call once again upon your expertise. Buying new cars, there's so much to consider. And a lot of the time, the car that you actually want is outside of the price range, so you settle for something else. You've got a different way of doing things.
That's right. You may not need to, well, I guess, shop outside what you really want if you look a little bit broader. And what is going to feel surprising, this is not a brand new car. This Volvo XC40 is about 18 months old, and it's part of Volvo's certified pre-owned program called Volvo Select. And Volvo's not the only people that have a certified pre-owned. What this means is you've got used cars that come from a brand name dealer that they are able to say are as good as a new car. And it's a great way to save thousands of dollars off a current model that might be out of your reach from your initial budget. It's basically just been driven by somebody else for a couple of months. That's all you need to think about. But they sign it off. They certify it to say this is all rigid-edge. This is as good as a new car. And for buyers, this is a great way, particularly for prestige brands, of maybe having the car that you want at the budget you can afford.
Now, one of the benefits of buying a new car comes with a warranty, a factory warranty, a dealer warranty. What is the warranty like with cars like this?
Yeah, so with the Volvo program particularly, the cars have to be less than 5 years old, have to have less than 100,000 kilometres on them, and have to have been serviced through Volvo. So the cars are chosen to be certified. And it comes with a minimum of 12-month factory warranty and roadside assist. So if you're buying a car that, like this one, is 18 months old, this has still got the balance of its factory warranty on it. But if you're buying a 5-year-old one that would be just outside of a factory warranty window, they'll give you a 12-month Volvo warranty on that car, plus roadside assist, so you've got that peace of mind. Because if you bought, say, this car from an independent dealer, you may be getting a 3-month warranty, or if you're buying it privately, you get no warranty. So no matter where you're shopping in the market, if you want a certified pre-owned Prado or you want a certified pre-owned Porsche Cayenne, you've got options out there. And it means that this car, you can save thousands on what this would be new versus what it is 18 months old as new condition. Because, well, why don't we hop in? You'll see this feels and smells and drives just like a brand new car.
Certified, my new word of the day. Now, this has that new car smell, the new car feel, which is only ever associated with a new car.
Right, and this is it. This is what certified does. So this is, and let's be clear, this is about 18 months old. So the XC40's been out for a number of years. It's won 3 Drive Car of the Year awards.
Man, and he's got everything. Great infotainment system, digital heads up.
Well, this is it. So the idea of buying a certified pre-owned, if the new car is just outside of your budget, like we said, you can look at something that is certified. So it's basically like a demonstrator that's been driven. So you're buying a car that the manufacturer says this is as good as a new car. So you're buying it with that sense of surety and warranty extension usually as well.
So you're getting so much more for your money than you would. You'd walk in there looking at your budget being the base model, but you're walking out with a top spec, but it's certified.
That's a great way to look at it because it does give you that opportunity to stretch your money just that little bit more. They're all running on a Google system, so you've got some pretty cool tech that you can get in here. We can see what our range is. We can see how much energy we're using right now. You've got voice activation on some models. They do update this with more apps and more software all the time. So as they do new apps for newer cars, even on a not brand new car, but still current model, they will update and give you all the new stuff. If you shop smartly and you have a look at the price of some new cars and you have a look at the price of where they are sort of 18 months, 2 years through a certified program, you may be able to save tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So look, this car, as we're in it today, this is it's about 50 grand, bit under 50 grand. That's a lot of car. That's shopping for, and this is fully electric. So that's Hyundai, Kia, kind of money. I think, you know, so you can have a car with a bit of mileage on it, and that's really the only difference. But you could be in a fully electric Volvo for the price of, you know, what you'd be made looking at a Korean or a Japanese brand.
All right, James, let's talk adventure. There's been a huge shift in the landscape. Why are more people wanting these cars?
Look, the Great Australian Road Trip is it's a national pastime. Everybody wants that adventure where you load in the family, you strap on the boat or the caravan, and you head off onto tens of thousands of kilometres of Australian roads, and it can take you anywhere and everywhere. And it's a dream, it's a goal, and I tell you what, it's a reality for a lot of people. So the idea of having a modern vehicle that is comfortable and full of tech and does everything you need, like an SUV inside, but then has the rugged capability of 4x4 and low range and all the bells and whistles that you need for that, this is where Australians are looking. It is the work and play combination in one convenient and pretty big vehicle.
It's not just the stereotypical tradies that are buying the likes of utes nowadays.
No.
Everybody have them.
This is it, the work and play, the lifestyle crossover. So the car can work for you during the week if you are on a work site or you are doing things, but then it works for the family on weekends. And people are starting to work out that even the idea of the tub, it works if you've got teenagers who are into mountain biking or windsurfing or something, to throw wet gear into the back of a 4x4 wagon or something like that. It ruins it. To throw wet gear into the tub of a ute, that's how it works. And a new car in the market, one that you kind of can't miss on the road, is the Kia Tasman. Now, obviously, it has a very Australian connected name in Tasman, but this is the next generation of work and play, of lifestyle ute, because you have an SUV style cabin here. This looks like you're in a Kia Sorento in there with a 4x4 towable, tourable platform underneath. You're getting so much car here. As you move up, you get nicer things. You get nicer wheels. We're on Steelies here, so you get alloy wheels, you get nicer trim elements, you get a little bit more comfort tech, but the baseline of the car, the engine and driveline and everything is the same throughout.
Now, this is my first interaction with this car, and to give you an idea at home, I'm 6'4". Here's me at the cabin. I barely get over the top of it. It's
big.
A big car.
This is it, and I think when the Tasman was announced, we weren't really sure what it was going to be like, and you've got obviously the key points of the market, and behind us we've got the GWM Cannon there. This is Australian adventure, not a working tradie ute. We've got another series for that if you want to watch that one. But the whole idea of this being a car that can do what you need it to do as a multi-role buyer.
And of course, James, nobody puts baby in the corner. The GWM Cannon is also a base model, but a really, really good looking base model.
Look, absolutely, that is the most affordable double cab ute in Australia, most affordable 4x4 double cab ute. 40 grand for that car. It is so value packed at that point of the market, and it just shows where you need to start. It's the need to have versus nice to have. That one, it has the 2-litre engine. You can go up to a 2.4 in other models. You can use that ute, and it is a good looking rooster, I have to say, straight out of the box at that $40,000 price point.
I never knew you needed a ute until I owned a ute. And I'm by far away a trader. I'm no hands-on, but just the sheer ability and convenience of having one of these is above and beyond.
Look, do you know what? The only thing that I reckon you'd struggle with in this is finding a car spot for it, because it is pretty big, but it is. You're right. The throw things in the tub, be able to do everything. This is why we're seeing Australians do them. And the amount of accessories and personalisation that you can add beyond. You can stick a canopy on it. You can put a roof tent on it. You can do all the accessorizing or modifications usually within the manufacturer's catalogue. They've got so many accessories now that you can get. You can personalise the vehicle to your needs, and I think as a base, a double cab ute works so well for what so many Australians are looking for. I'm pretty excited to actually have a drive, because I haven't driven this yet, so why don't we saddle up for our first time in the Tasman?
You think you can?
Do you think
you can handle this?
I reckon I'll manage.
All right, here we go, James. The Kia Tasman.
Do you know that from here, this feels just like an SUV? So I think what Kia have done here to make it feel as accessible and as comfortable and as roomy as a Sorento, this is great. And it's huge, right? Like we've got a lot of width room. It feels airy. It feels nice and easy to drive. It's comfy and it's really quiet. And I kind of like that.
Well, we've gotten to that stage in our life where we want quiet. I want to feel like I'm driving my couch.
Yeah.
And if I can have that with a little bit of performance under the foot as well, oh, what a win-win.
Well, this is the thing, like we're seeing more and more people being attracted to the idea of a double cab. And where a ute used to be, you know, it was a pretty rudimentary working vehicle that may have got nice seats or alloy wheels. It is now fundamentally designed to be a comfortable and very usable platform. And it's accessible. So if you've never owned a ute before, to look at some of these newer vehicles to get in and you go, oh, I'm right at home.
And you know what? When Kia announced that they were launching the Tasman, I was like, oh, maybe just leave it to the big boys. I'm like, you've got your space in the market and you're doing it incredibly well. And I didn't think it would be anything like this.
Well, that's it. Like you had traditionally brands like Isuzu who were a truck company, and the D-Max has got a truck engine in it. You've now got that real kind of consumer angle of a proper lifestyle vehicle. So for family buyers that may have gone, look, we've had a station wagon, we moved to an SUV, we now think a ute is right. We've got teenage children, there's all sorts of sports, there's activities, there's things we want to do as a family. To move to a vehicle like this is no longer a step away from the comfort and the safety that you're used to, but it's just a step forward into something a little bit different. And the ride on this so here's the thing, when a ute is empty, they tend to oscillate. The rear is set up to handle a load and they only really become comfortable when there's a weight in the back. This feels great, kind of unladen, and it's that whole thing. It'll only get better with more of a load in the back. But as it is, just running about town at the moment, it's really easy and really comfortable. This isn't limited to the Tasman, but the modern double cab is chalk and cheese to what it was 5-10 years ago. And where we're seeing it now, designed from the ground up to be a vehicle that can handle both roles.
I'm super impressed. And I'm going to take a lesson from this. Never doubt Kia.
Yeah, first time in this, I've come away quite impressed. And we know that there was some development of Tasman that was done here. So to know that Kia's been considering Australia, not just with the name, but in how this is going to be used is pretty cool as well.
There's great marketing from Kia, calling it a Tasman. They have to love it. They have to love it. Well, James, this week we're talking safety and technology, two things that work together and should never be compromised.
Yep.
What we have right here, one of the cheapest cars on the market in 2005, the Hyundai Getz here in Australia. Over there, the Kia Picanto, that is the cheapest car on the market right now in Australia. What's the differences you first noticed about the two cars?
Look, do you want to know, the funny thing here is there's not actually that much different for the mechanical side of both these cars. 20 years, you've got a 1.3 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine with 60 kilowatts here. You've got a 1.2 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine with 62 kilowatts there. 6.8 litres per 100 worth of fuel, 6 litres per 100 worth of fuel over here in the Picanto, so not that much difference mechanically. However, 2 airbags, optional ABS, and an AM/FM CD player sound system versus standard autonomous emergency braking, standard blind spot detection. You've got a full suite of safety technology in this car, along with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the ability to use a voice to text while you're driving. So the technology change in 20 years versus the mechanical change is absolutely chalk and cheese. And this is really a technological marvel compared to this car for what they pack in at that entry-level price.
So in 2025, is this Kia Picanto the minimum expectation that we should be seeing in terms of safety and technology?
Absolutely. This car has everything on it that you would expect in any new car in Australia right now. All of that active and passive safety technology, including autonomous emergency braking, is there to help protect you in that car. no matter what you're buying, whether it's a Picanto or anything above the Picanto, that is the bare minimum that you should expect and be asking for in any new car in Australia.
Well, you know what I'm going to say next.
We're going to take this for a drive.
Let's hit the road, mate.
I'll get the CDs. Mate, this is it. Wind back the clock.
There's some nostalgia happening right here, isn't there?
2005, right? This is us. Couple of lads on the town in a Hyundai Getz.
I'd have had a subwoofer in the back, would have had speakers bouncing around. There's a CD player. I was expecting to bring a mixtape for this bad boy, but no, we got a CD player.
That's it. No heated seats, no heated steering wheel, and you know what?
You don't get a carpet on the dashboard.
No, look, the dash mat. I think this is a cultural gap that we have lost this one. So that is something to remember. But safety is kind of the thing. I've got an airbag. You've got an airbag.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, it was a $2,500 option to get ABS. And look, this is still a really fun little car to drive.
Yeah.
And you can chuck it around. It's nice and light. There's something in the back.
That was a spare wheel, I think. That was a spare wheel in the boot.
And here we go. What's this? And for those watching at home who are not familiar, this is a cigarette lighter, which is, we wouldn't know what that was for. The advent of safety technology is the biggest thing. You had to drive these cars. They didn't drive for you, but if you were in an accident, you're certainly not walking away that easily. And
I'm not sure about yourself, but I love an older manual car.
Yeah, this is auto.
I love to feel like I'm in control. I love to be able to drive it around.
So here we go, Chris. This is Australia's most affordable new car.
Yeah.
And okay, we're pretty close. It's a bonding experience in this, but let's just run through what you get. We've got Apple CarPlay, we've got AM/FM radio, we've got cruise control, we've got lane keeping aid, we've got air conditioning. It's kind of got everything you really need. Okay, it's got a manual transmission, which is kind of fun.
Great.
But you can buy it with an automatic.
I know, but I mean, shouldn't more Australians learn to drive manual cars? It's a lot of fun.
For a young buyer, a young driver, an older driver, this is a car that can be a practical solution for so many people, and the fact that it just shows how much value you get from the most affordable car in Australia, that it doesn't feel like a cheap car. Now here we go. I'm going to give you a slight practical example of why the little Picanto is actually pretty good. We're going to do just a shopping centre parallel park, and again, right, coming in, you've got a reverse camera with the kind of guiding lines. And you know what? It's such an easy car. Like, we can joke and laugh and not really even concentrate. And it is the most incredibly easy thing to park. But this is it. This is where modern technology is just so present, even on this entry-level car. Going down the only road I've ever known.
Welcome back to Driving Value, and today we're talking about how all-innovated leasing is unlocking the chance to save tax on a new car. Bonnie, thank you for joining us once again to share some insights. The cost of living is top of mind for people right now, but how can all-innovated leasing help with the expense of a new car?
An all-innovated lease is a great alternative to a car loan for financing a brand new car or a pre-loved one, particularly during cost of living pressures. A novated lease is a form of salary packaging, specifically for a car. Ollie is backed by one of Australia's biggest and most trusted novated leasing providers, McMillan Shakespeare Group. This means that you get the benefits of more than 35 years experience and a national network of trusted dealerships to score a great deal. Plus, there's no upfront deposit and you could save on the upfront GST cost of the car. Now, with salary packaging, the regular payment is deducted directly from your salary every pay. And because a portion is deducted before tax, you could reduce your taxable salary and save thousands on tax every year. And who doesn't want to make the most of their salary right now? When it comes to electric cars, you could get even more value with a novated lease thanks to the EV discount, an initiative by the Australian government to make EVs more affordable. The discount means that Ollie can take the whole lease payment for eligible electric cars from your before tax salary. meaning more tax saving opportunities.
What's the process of getting started with a novated lease?
The Ollie team is passionate about simplifying novated leasing. So get in touch for a free quote to understand the full picture. What comes out of your before and after tax salary, and importantly, the estimated tax savings over the full length of the lease, from 1 to 5 years. Our application process is fully online, so there's no annoying paper forms. We'll contact your employer to discuss signing up with Ollie. We're on hand throughout the delivery process and, of course, throughout the life of your lease. Plus, Ollie's handy app puts your lease in your control. Manage your budget, track expenses, and submit claims through one easy app.
What do employers need to do to enable a novated lease?
Ollie breaks down traditional barriers with a fully digital experience and easy 3-step sign-up process, making it refreshingly simple for small business bosses to offer their people big company benefits. And with Ollie, the regular novated lease payments are super easy for your work, with automatic salary deductions through Ollie AutoPay, a direct debit solution powered by Stripe. Plus, the Ollie Business Hub is a one-stop shop for everything they need to oversee the novated lease.
Well, Bonnie, thank you so much for your wonderful knowledge. And if you want to know more about a novated lease, why don't you head on over to ollie.com.au to find out more. Thank you for watching this episode of Driving Value. Next week, in our final episode of the series, we're talking about power and the world of electric vehicles. James looks to get me off guard, and we'll run some numbers to see how some of these cars perform at the Bowser. I'm Chris Smith, and I'll see you again soon.
Thinking about buying your next car? Or make your first move a smart one and head to drive.com.au. You'll find thousands of new and quality used cars for sale, all in one location. Our Drive-built intelligence highlights the cars that are a great price today, so you don't miss out on a deal. Drive, the smarter way to find and buy your next car, all in one place. Find it, buy it, drive it at drive.com.au.